In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friends. This is Pinky.
And this is Priyanka.
And we're here to call out all things PakeAsPuck.
That turtle cupcake was really good.
Spectacular.
I had some nuts in my mouth.
Sometimes you have
I had to
nuts.
get them out of my teeth.
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mount Stone.
What is happening?
So how's your week?
Yo.
Sugar high.
That's next level. You had like half a cupcake.
This is why I'm not allowed to have
Any sugar?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I've been sleeping like shit.
Why?
The little guy keeps coming into my room in the
Trying to
middle of the
breastfeed
night.
himself?
Oh god, I hope he's always petting me. It's really weird.
It's so creepy, probably.
It's so weird. He's just like, my boobies? Like, it's just so dumb.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. He caresses them, and he actually says boobies.
My boobies. Okay.
There's no doo-doo inside, no doo-doo inside. Like, why do you remember? It's been over a year, but he does. It's disgusting. But
Maybe he's got PTSD. He's missing it.
He fills me up, and it's really uncomfortable. I just have to say, like, Mommy doesn't want to be touched right now.
Oh, no.
Like, sit next to me. We can hug. We can snuggle. That's cool. But I think he will. He'll just sit there, and he sticks his hand right in my shirt. And it's just for comfort. It's so weird. However, the other night, that motherfucker crawled into my room.
Oh, God.
And I had taken a rather large amount.
How much?
Of gummy, 7.5.
Oh.
For me, that's a lot. For me,
I
that's
thought you
a
were going ham.
No. I took a little extra than I usually do. But anyway, so he comes into my room. It had to have been like 3 or 4 a.m.
Okay.
And I think I'm still like kind of a little stoned. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so he comes and he sleeps. And all I remember is that I don't know how he positioned himself.
I'm concerned.
But his foot wound up in my underwear. Like through my shorts, in my underwear. And like positioned in between my ass crack. And I think he thought it was my boobs. I'm not quite sure.
So he was like cuddling your boobs?
But he had his foot in my ass. And I was like...
In what world did he...
I was so slow to react too. Because then I woke up and I'm like, that's not right.
That's not supposed to be there. That doesn't feel like a doo-doo.
I just moved him out of the way. I'm like, why are you still here?
Oh my God.
I can't get him out of my room.
Oh my God. He just loves you.
And the way he just like presses up against my body every fucking night.
Every time.
So I sleep like shit. It's awful.
So if I have early,
I don't know. I really don't know what it is. And I can't, I'm too tired to make sense of it. I'm kind of just like, my rule is however we get the most amount of sleep. So I just stick them in the middle and I'm like, go to bed. And the days that I have like early clients, I sleep in the basement. Because I'm not trying to do all that.
You're like, if he can't
He's
find
also
me,
a really light sleeper, so when my alarm goes off, it's game over.
He also wants to come and help you out.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So it's been a little rough.
So what is he like when you put him to bed?
He's fine.
It's just when he wakes up.
He'll wake up in the middle of the night. He won't see me around or something. And then he finds his way into our room. He doesn't even cry. He just crawls into bed.
Can you, like, incentivize him so that he stays in his bed?
I don't think logic works with him. Like, he's too little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're almost there.
You're almost there. I mean, you could do the hard-ass approach and just put him back.
I want to lock my room door. I talked to my therapist about this, and she's like, you can lock your door, but you can't lock them into theirs. I'm like, oh.
Why not?
I don't know.
What was her thinking behind it?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I was like, I don't know.
Because we did.
Really?
Yeah, with roommate number 3. Because my younger son, he was a really bad sleeper, and like we had to hold him for him to fall asleep when he was, this was new because roommate number 2 was not like that.
Okay.
Right? To the point where we had to go to Babies R Us, buy this ridiculously expensive baby swing, and it looked like he was in a spaceship pod. Like he looked like Kal-El in his pod before he left his planet to come to Earth. Like, that's what he looked like. And that is the only way he would sleep. Like, because I couldn't hold him.
No, that makes me loony.
Yeah, and then he got older, a couple months older, and as soon as he started sleeping through the night, which I did this with my older son too. As soon as they started sleeping through the night, we would move them into their own rooms and then start sleep training. And we turned the door handle inside out so he couldn't lock it.
What celebrity did that? I forgot. Who's the Veronica Mars girl? I think she
Kristen
did that.
Bell.
I think she did that with her kids too.
Yeah, we had to use the cry it out because he would be banging on the door, and I would be awake and ready. So it's not like I was sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, because he would wait, I would hear him. The monitor was on, so I could hear him. But we had to let him cry it out, and he got, because we have 3-drawer dresser.
I'm such a little bitch. So many people told me to do it. I couldn't do it.
I know.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I know
you're gonna let him you're gonna let it run its course.
I'm his bitch.
Yeah, and you'll be fine for right now, but unfortunately that means you won't get too much sleep. Because I don't think you don't have the time also to do the cried out method. Because with all of your morning sessions,
it affects me mentally in a different way too, and then I would be much crankier the next day if I don't get sleep. Like this is annoying, but we are still sleeping. So
and you can't really afford it because you have 2 young kids as well. Like when we were sleep training the younger son, they're 7 years apart. So the older one was in school.
Yeah.
While, and during the day I could take a nap and stuff. So it was okay. I could do it. I was not working. Yeah. Your scenario is different, which is why I wasn't even like, did you try this method? Like, it doesn't always work for everybody. And I get that. Like, not everybody can be a hard ass. Like, my mom.
The middle one, we didn't really do like a cry it out. He just slept really well.
Yeah.
And so I kept thinking, I'm like, okay, we'll just do the same things.
Yeah.
But this guy just never really...
When he starts thinking logically, like with other things, other arguments, when you start noticing that, you can start incentivizing the whole, well, if you stay in your bed until the numbers on the clock match the numbers that I write down for you, or the hands match whatever, then you'll get a prize. Yeah. It's no different than potty training, right? If you pee and poop in the toilet, you get a prize, whatever that prize is. Right. Sometimes they need that, and it's okay. Like, the people who are always like, no, you shouldn't be bribing your children. Bitch, I'm bribing him not to piss all over my fucking house, okay? That's what I'm bribing him for, so leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, logic doesn't work. Yeah, I did poop in the bed. No.
No. So you're not
shitting
there
in
yet.
Your sister's bed.
Yeah, you're not there yet. You'll get there.
The logic, he just doesn't get it. He's too little. He's 3.
Yeah, but that sucks though. I remember.
I could tell by your eyes. You're just like, oh my god.
PTSD.
Yeah.
Just, like, no joke, to the point where, because he wanted us to open the door, we had this 3-drawer system, right? 3-drawer dresser, waist high. He pulled all the drawers, and we heard a...
That's so scary.
And I rushed in there, and he wasn't near it. He knew what he did. Because this kid...
He slammed it?
No, he opened the drawers and pulled it so it would make a noise, so that we would rush in there to make sure he was...
How old was he?
He had to have been, like, around 1 or something like that. Like, this kid, I'm convinced that he's going to be an engineer when he grows up.
That's really smart.
He's going to be some sort of engineer. I just don't know what kind. I hope he just doesn't become the Unabomber or something. Just saying, like, it could go one of 2 ways, man. It could go one of 2 ways.
Don't put that out there.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Reverse.
I was at dinner with some friends, and we were talking about how I'm convinced that my middle son is going to end up on the news. He's a
psychopath.
He's so stealth. Like, he's really quiet. He works on his own. He's that, like, gadgety fidgeter type. And he's got, like, really, really creepy dark eyes. Like, I was
with you until the dark eyes. I was, number 2, 3.
He's just got, like, a little sketchiness to him.
You're just like, as you know.
I'm just going to keep a close eye on the kid.
You know, as a mom, you got that gut feeling. You're like,
Yeah, he tries to get away with things, I just gotta keep an eye on him. But my friends at dinner, they're just like, don't put that into... They're manifestors.
Yeah.
So they're like, don't put that juju in the air. And I'm like, no, I gotta prepare myself for
Yes.
I'm not gonna be like I just didn't see that coming kind of mom.
No.
Fuck
Oh
that.
my God. Don't be a raisin mom. I don't know why I said that.
What's a raisin?
I don't know. It just came out. Like a lot of things. Anyways.
Okay. So how was your week?
It was good. It was good. Just crazy busy, which it usually is during like heavy show times. This week at least I have like 3.5 days between when we came home and when we have to leave again. But
That's still really short.
I know.
That's hard.
A lot of people I don't think a lot of people realize how quickly things run.
You have like
when I
a
have shows.
bag to unpack and a bag to go, basically.
I basically never unpack my bag. Like everything in my bag is packed to the point where I only like I have my laundry bag on top, so I just have to take my laundry bag out. And then I have my crowns in a certain spot in the hard shell, and then I just have to take those out, and then that's it. And then I just redo it.
That's
because
so hardcore.
now that we're doing mixtures of like theaters and clubs, like at the clubs, I'm wearing t-shirts and like my merch shirts for the tours and leggings, and then for theaters, I still like to like zhuzh it up a bit because when people think of theater, they think of more like they make a big deal about
At least
it.
something dressier.
Yeah, they go out to dinner or something. They pregame however they want to.
The time slots are a little bit later too, right?
No, they're roughly the same times.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just people put more effort into a theater show. Like, they wear like the same outfits. I'm not saying certain groups don't for clubs, but the club settings is more relaxed.
Yeah.
So I like to give that relaxed vibe.
Yeah.
So it's just been hard trying to juggle the two different types of show, like venue types, because I'm like, shit, I forgot the fancy outfit. Like, so no, the bag is always ready to go. And like my toiletries is on the side. So it's like so everything that I need to
You
pop
just live
out
of the bag.
I live out of the bag.
That's hard.
I mean,
I don't want to say that sucks because you are living an unknown dream. You didn't know you had this dream.
I didn't know I had
and
this
you're living
dream.
it. Yeah.
And I'm okay with it so far.
Yeah.
It hasn't tired me out.
No, you're doing good.
It's good.
Did you have something for Grind Your Gun?
Oh my God, yes. So, on what Grind Your Gungies, I was talking with somebody about this, and it's not just in our culture. I think it's more of just a human thing. It's not like Indian people do this, or Mexican people do this, or black people do this, or beige people do this. It's just like an overall thing. I don't understand. So, after I got married, right, and we would start going to like baby showers and kids' birthdays and weddings, right, I started noticing at these events, or even like a Halloween party at somebody's house or whatever, right? I started noticing the guys would just disappear. And I'm like, where are the guys going? And so I asked my husband, I was like, where did you disappear to? Like, you just left me with these people I don't know. Because in the beginning, I didn't know these people, right? So you're just leaving me with these people, and then you're leaving me with these people and a baby. Like, what the fuck, like, and turns out the guys are sneaking out of the parties to go to their cars and to drink.
Why are they going to the cars?
They're going to the cars to drink because there's no alcohol at the party. Now, here's the thing. Yes, let's take one specific example. Baby showers, okay? Baby showers and a house Halloween party, okay? These people don't drink. So for the baby shower, there was no alcohol because, you're doing
Which
the
I
religious.
guess they could be like across the board with all humans, but I do think that this happens a little more with Desi.
Yeah. So this specific example is more us, right? So the house Halloween party is they're a dry house, okay? So because they're a dry house, you have to sneak out to a car to go get your liquor because you can't have fun without having alcohol. Okay, that's point number one. And there's children here because it's a house Halloween party for children. And you're sneaking out to go get alcohol. Great example. I love you for that. Now let's move on to the baby showers. This happens all the fucking time, and it pisses me the fuck off.
Has it happened recently? Because you're so mad about it.
Because I just talked about it with somebody. So,
okay.
And so let's go back to the baby shower scenario, right? So for the baby shower, our in our culture, we do like the religious, we do the puja in the beginning,
ceremony,
the religious ceremony in the beginning and in the morning, and then we move to the party. Okay, this is happening in the same time. Okay, there's not like the ceremony happened at their house and then we moved to a banquet hall to have the party. Everything is happening at the fucking banquet hall. Okay, now again, why are these men sneaking out to go to their trunks and their cars to drink?
I think it's really sad.
It's really sad, and you are the only other person that has agreed with me on this.
I think it's just really sad.
Like, if you know,
because you can't just be present for the people that are having this event, that took the time to invite you, are having food for you, this and that. Like, okay, fine.
And you can't respect the host, because the host is the one that decided no alcohol.
Like, so my house is a dry house.
Yeah.
Right? But we usually are just like, no, we don't mind providing alcohol. So if we're over here having a party, we'll go and buy booze to like have for other people. We choose not to drink, but we'll host and provide for them. We don't have to, and we know that.
Right.
And then the other option is, if we're not providing alcohol, you're welcome to bring some. That's not always the case in everybody's house, but you have to respect that. If you're gonna walk into somebody's house and take your shoes off, and respect that, then you cannot drink for a couple of fucking hours.
Like, why do we have to have alcohol at kids' parties? Why do we have to have our Stanley cups full of alcohol at my kids' baseball game?
Right. I think
gymnastics.
it's sad.
Like, it's so fucking sad.
But God forbid you go ahead and call them alcoholics, because this is my definition. You are depending on something that you don't technically need. You are so dependent on it that you can't get through an event.
Right.
That is a silent alcoholic.
And like the thing that pisses me off the most is you, as a grown ass adult, are sneaking out of this party to go to a car that's not parked not Princess Parked. You know what Princess Park is, right? Like that first spot right near the door. No, this car is parked all the way in the back of the parking lot where no one can fucking see you.
It's just really sad. You're gonna ditch the event. You're not gonna be there for the couple.
Like, you know that you're not supposed to be drinking, which is why you're leaving the venue to go drink at your car, and then you're coming back. You don't think we can smell the fucking alcohol on you? You don't think we can smell the beer on you? And it's not about being invited to join in.
It's so many different things. It's one, you're not there present for the party themselves, and then two, as a man, because it's the men that's doing this, I'm going to say that. Because it's the men that's doing that, you're so disrespectful to your own family, your wife, your children, that you just ditch them for a quick sip. Like,
and like I said, then you leave your wife with all the children to take care of at this party.
Not right.
And it's like, in what world do you think this is normal?
That happened once for me. It was like a grandfather, one of the grandpa's birthday. Okay, a 90-some-year-old man. Okay,
he's not drinking. If he drinks, he will die.
No. It was his birthday, and then my husband and my uncle-in-law, they just vanished.
No.
And then I was left at the table with my 1-year-old.
No.
And my mother-in-law and everybody. Which, again, I get along with my mother-in-law and everybody. It's not even like that, but I was kind of just like, why aren't you here with me?
Yeah. It's not about if we get along with the people or not.
It's so isolating.
It's not about if we get along with the people or not. It's like, it's to me, it's you are being so disrespectful right now. Like the wedding I went to.
People are putting on performances or this or that. You're not there. You're not present. You're too good for it.
Our people are the most disrespectful people.
They spent all this money to get you food.
Yeah.
You can't even sit around and just eat with them, mingle with them. You don't see them all the time. You can't engage in conversation, catch up with them. Nothing. You're just running off.
Yeah.
That's sad.
And I tried to explain this numerous times to my husband, and he just doesn't. He's like, I don't understand why this pisses you off. I'm like, because you're being disrespectful. Because you're sneaking off to go drink. By you just, the act of you quietly leaving the premise to go drink.
It's very much what teenagers do.
Exactly.
And that's
like, that's not acceptable.
It's unattractive.
Right. And I was just like, this is why I don't like going to parties with you. Like, because you leave
But you're not there together at that point.
You're not.
That's not fun.
And so since he was doing that, he doesn't do it now, obviously. But when he started doing that, I would start bringing 2 separate cars, and then when I'm done, I'm like, peace out. You can stay and drink with your homies.
Good.
Because if you don't understand, and it happened recently. You asked, did it happen recently? It happened at one of the weddings. So the wedding I was in over in the fall, they kept. So during the wedding was Friday and the reception was Saturday. Okay, so it's not even like it was the same day. And the wedding, again, Indian wedding, Desi wedding, South Asian wedding, it's very super religious, okay? There's no alcohol supposed to be there. There's fucking cha, okay? Drink your cha, eat your fucking pistachio ice cream, and
It's
shut the fuck up.
Hours.
And they kept sneaking out. The groom as well, before he had to go in the mandap, kept just like disappearing to go get alcohol. And I'm like, first of all, this is morning time. And second of all, you can't even just hang, like, this is so disrespectful.
The groom was doing it?
He was doing it too.
If I was the bride in that moment, I would feel very disrespected.
Exactly.
Because it's like,
it's one thing to drink while you're getting ready, right? Like, while you're doing hair, makeup, all that. I know, like, chicks have mimosas, all that bullshit. I get that.
but again, it should be, it's something that you both maybe agree on.
Right.
And that you're maybe even doing together.
Right.
For a wedding
Right.
scenario, I think. But to sneak off to have a drink here and there, what if you do show up to the mandap drunk?
Yeah.
Because you couldn't, who knows? You
Right.
never know the situation. Like, and if you show up that way, I know that even if I had like a mimosa in the morning, I'd be so pissed if my man was under the influence, being ridiculous.
It's just so disrespectful.
Like, I wouldn't be pissed if you had a drink in the morning, like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was never against drinking like that, but there's having a drink and then being disrespectful, right?
Yeah.
It's
Like, I don't, like,
too
and
much.
then the question came up when I said that about weddings. They're like, oh, well, how about the wedding that we were at in February, the Cancun wedding? There was alcohol during the wedding. And I was like, the difference there is...
They're serving it.
Yes. The difference there is no one was sneaking off to go get it. That's the difference.
There's a huge difference between we are choosing to have a drive event
Yes.
versus this is not a dry event. We're
Right.
serving it. We want you guys to have party, have fun. Let's
Right.
just get crazy.
And if it's a
all good.
dry event, 9 out of 10 for us, the reason it's a dry event is because there's a religious aspect to it.
And they are religious.
And so now you're just disrespecting the religion as well. You're being two-faced. You're sitting in the mandap or you're sitting at the puja doing all of these things that the Brahmin is telling you to do because you felt pressured by your parents to do this. You didn't have the balls enough to say, I don't want this. This is not who I am. And have your own wedding because you're poor as fuck and you can't pay for it
You're
yourself.
so mad.
I don't like this.
I don't blame you. I don't
because,
blame you.
Because they have religious deities that they are praying to. And then these fuckers are going out and sneaking out as if they're in high school. They know they're doing something wrong.
They're teenage boys. That's how they're acting. It's really sad.
And then you want me to respect you as an adult? Get the fuck out of here.
It happened on 2 occasions that I can very vividly remember. One was at our friend's wedding about 11 years ago. They got married before me. And no, 10 years ago. So anyways, it was the night of the Garba. And Neil had wandered off. Now this is like, I've known his friends, but not like that. Okay, so at that point, everybody's already paired off. We had some married couples, a couple of engaged ones. We were getting married a few months later. So everyone's already paired off. And I was sitting at the Garba alone because I didn't know where Neil had ended up. And he was, I think, in one of the rooms at the hotel.
Of course he was.
Drinking with his boys.
Of course.
And I was pissed. I was so mad that night. I went off, like I just left and found another corner in the hotel and I ended up going to the bar and I was just like on my phone. I wasn't even drinking. I didn't care. I was just pissed.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a really, really rough talk then. And then it happened again when my daughter was 1 at that grandpa's party. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
You're in like Bufu, Illinois. Okay,
it's ridiculous. Like I get it.
It's not that boring. Just sit around for a couple of hours and celebrate the old man.
Phone. I get it. At our Indian weddings, at anything that has a religious aspect to it, they're boring as fuck. Okay, I get it.
If you're not in it, it is. It can be hard to sit through.
Like if you don't have a vested interest in it, right? If you don't have something that you have to do, that you have a job, yes, it's boring as fuck. But just like do what every other fucking Indian auntie is doing and talk to your neighbor. Like, hang out, catch up.
You
like,
can even go into the lobby and just chit chat and talk and eat snacks. You don't have
Right.
to necessarily sit there. Or you could do what I do. I stopped going to weddings.
Oh. Okay, what's today's hot topic?
Hot take.
Hot take.
I don't know. Maybe you need to talk about
Hot topic.
So did you grow up in a household that drank?
Only during get-togethers.
I grew up in a dry house.
But yeah, because Swadia. My
And
parents.
Swaminarayan.
Oh. My parents were late in life Swadies. So I was already out of the house when they started that bullshit.
Experimenting.
Yeah. And so, no, I literally was out of the house. Like, I had already, like, I was in college when they started that.
No, right. But then they started
Yeah, they started doing, like, the...
experimenting with Swade.
Yeah. And I was just like, what the fuck is this? And they're like,
Yeah.
I know it. I was like, okay, whatever.
Are they still involved?
My mom is, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it brings peace to her, and so we're like, whatever. Yeah, and she doesn't push it, although sometimes she does. I don't know if you remember when she was here during my hysterectomy. She was looking out the window, and it was that day. It was snowing really hard, and she just looks at me. She's like, "Pinko, huh? God did all of this. This snow
built the houses.
Yeah, no. This all of this snow is here because God wanted it to happen." And I'm sitting there I'm like high as a kite. I'm trying to like manage my pain without using the Norco. So I went the other route, and I was like, actually, who's gonna tell her that it was a cold front that came from the west? But I didn't tell her because I was like, I don't want to bust her bubble. I think we were just gonna kind of continue talking about stupid, lacy taboos, like things that we didn't even know was a taboo until we did it ourselves, and then it was like, oh my god, why would you do that? Like when I got a tattoo.
Do you get in trouble for it?
Oh yeah.
I say trouble as if like you're really gonna get like in trouble.
What is she gonna do? Yeah,
yeah.
like did I get beat? No, my mom would never have. My dad would have, but he was like, "You're 18 at this point. I don't know what to tell you." Like,
but your dad also helped you pierce your nose.
He did. Like my mom was more upset about the placement of my tattoo than the actual tattoo, because I realized a lot of...
Which one was the first one that you got?
My tramp stamp. An ohm on my lower back. She's like, "Oh, Binko, how are you gonna do this one? You gonna put ohm on your butt?" I was like, first of all, my butt is down here. Not put it on my butt, okay?
Oh my
She
God.
did. I went by myself.
What made you get it?
I always wanted a tattoo. Like, I've always wanted tattoos because I think they're just really beautiful. I feel like, obviously they
But
can go
why
two ways.
Ohm and why that location?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why my lower back, but I always wanted an Ohm tattoo to kind of maybe help center me, because...
And did you feel centered?
Yeah. I mean, it's centered.
Maybe in your ass.
Spine, my lower back, okay? No, but she was, like I said, she was more upset
My mom
about
would
the
have been
placement.
like livid.
No. She liked the one the Ganesh that I got on my shoulder blade. She likes
anything religious, deities, Om, my
Yeah.
mom would have been like, "Oh, you don't live your life like that. Why would you put it on your body?" But I don't, so
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not
she
trying
didn't
to-
say that. She was just more upset about the placement of it.
Yeah.
She's, "Oh, no, tell Daddy." I was like, I wasn't going to.
But did he know?
No, I mean, he saw it on my wedding day because my skirt was low, and then one of our like family friend, whatever, he like leaned in as like I was getting in the limo to like at the end, and they're crying, and I was like, I'm coming back.
Wow, but you
guys.
kept it a secret for quite some time.
Yeah, because I didn't wear shorts, I didn't wear crop tops, it was my back. Like, unless I flaunt it, and I'm not gonna walk around my house naked,
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
it wasn't on my hand. Like, my mom loved my Mandy tattoo on my arm when she saw it.
Yeah.
Like,
you desensitized her now. Though.
yeah, like she did. Like, well, also, my brother Neil got, after my dad died, he got Lord Shiva and my dad's death date, and I still want to get that. Like,
You and your brother should get one together.
I know, we should. He's gonna be here on the 18th. I feel like, and that's my dad's birthday. I feel like we should get something.
Go do something.
Get a tattoo together.
Go on a brother-sister date.
Yeah,
Do it.
we'll see. We'll see.
My mom always like categorized people with tattoos as mavalis.
Why? Wait, what does that mean for our viewers?
Like a thug.
Thug.
A thug.
Thug life.
Not good company.
It is not on. No, not good company.
I was never encouraged to get one, although I've been thinking about getting one.
I mean, my parents didn't encourage me. However,
but like they weren't not about encouraged, but they weren't well accepted. Like if you had a tattoo, you fell within that bucket.
Yeah.
And so, based off of what we were saying before, like how we were raised to be a certain way to appeal to others, I was too scared to ever actually take the plunge and
but do you know how many
I got in trouble for my nose ring. Okay, like, so my dad freaked the fuck out.
Why? Your mom has a nose ring.
Right, but like when I came home from college, he picked me up and I had a nose ring and he yelled at me because he thought I got it on the wrong side.
Oh.
Which it really wouldn't matter in the grand scheme
of things.
I
want to know why I had to get on my left side.
But he freaked out and started yelling at me for getting a nose ring on the wrong side as if I was labeled a criminal.
Yeah.
It was hardcore, the way that he was yelling at it. And then my mom had to go in and she's like, no, but she did it on the right side. I'm like, why don't you get mad at me at the fact that I went to some weirdo lady in some hole-in-the-wall store that punctured my nose with a gun? Like, that's what you should be mad at me for.
I mean, at least your dad didn't do it.
No, twice.
Twice. No, but that's so, like, but the reason I think them getting their, like, you know, their booty hole all clenching up in regards to tattoos is because the more I started getting tattoos, and I don't have a lot, yes, but I still have more than your average Indian person, right? And so, but I would start seeing people who were coming from India with tattoos. Like,
don't they have like some of the traditional ones where
they
get
get
3
dots.
dots?
They get 3 dots.
It's like tribal almost.
And then they get stuff on their arms, and I'm like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah, they have like, it almost looks like bande print,
right?
Like on their hands, on their wrists, right?
And I was like, what is this? What? And so I was like, you can't get mad now. You can't get mad because the villagers in India are doing it.
They've been doing it for decades, or centuries.
It's ridiculous. Probably. And then piercings is another one, okay?
They're only happy about certain piercings.
Yes.
You can't get the weird ones, you know? Like, if I wanted to get, and I've thought about it.
Like your lip.
I've always found this one right here in the lip.
Really?
I've always liked it.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I've always liked it. I wasn't opposed to the eyebrow.
Oh, you would have gotten disowned if you got the eyebrow.
That was really it. And then I like having multiple piercings in the ears. But I never thought to do anything more than that. I've been intrigued with this. I don't have the balls to do it.
No. I don't. Like, but like, I knew somebody who had a belly button pierced. And my mom was like, oh, like, shit, I was like, why? She wears Indian outfits. It makes it look pretty.
They look cute.
Like, what's the stigma behind certain piercings? Well, like, why do they consider those too far, but my nose is okay?
But the 60-year-old ma can have her chanyo way down below, and she could be doing garba with her belly hanging
Oh,
up.
my God.
No problem.
No one's going to tell her.
No.
That's okay, because she's lived life. And here's the thing, like, I mean, it all ties in together, right? It all ties into, like, leave me alone if I choose to get high. Leave me alone if I choose to get tattoos. Leave me alone if I choose to get piercings. Because here's what it is. At this point, at this stage in our lives, I get why maybe they might have said those things when we were younger. For them, it is, what will people think? But I'm choosing to also believe that they want to, like, at least for my parents, my parents wanted to make sure that I wasn't standing out too much from the crowd so that I wouldn't get singled out, right? Because if you stand out too much from the crowd, you could potentially get singled out. Yeah. It could go one of two ways.
And that isolation at a young age could be harmful.
Right. Okay. And so it's like, you know, they wanted me to make sure that I was running, because that's what it was back in the 80s and 90s growing up here in America. It was all about assimilation. Assimilate. Be one with the people around you. Blend in. Don't let them know you're Indian. It's like, are they colorblind? Do they not see that I am darker than them? You know, like, but that's what it was like. Why do you think Mindy Kaling, that's all she writes about, is falling in love with white boys? It's because that's what she was doing in the 80s and 90s while she was assimilating. Like, there's a lot of us who grew, a lot of South Asians who grew up in America outside of the motherland, like the UK here, wherever, even in Africa, who we don't like, we find certain Indian men cringy because we just they're not attractive to us because we were so inundated in in our formative years, 80s and 90s, early 2000s, of no, you have to, it's all about beige culture. It's all about, this is where we live, so we have to be one with this culture, and these are the boys in front of you, so you have to get with these boys. Like,
See, I think it was a little bit of the opposite. And I know this isn't...
yeah, it's because of how we were growing
So,
up.
for me, I was pushed into a lot of Indian cultural stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I had to be with the Desi group. And if I hung out with non-Indians, it was frowned upon a little bit more. Like, my mom preferred that I hung out with Indians, even if they were assholes.
I was straddling two worlds.
She preferred that I hung out with Indians, so she kept me very involved in all the cultural stuff, all the religious stuff, and so that's who my circle was. But we watched all the movies and the shows that showed boys having crushes on girls.
Yeah.
How boys treated girls. How you get asked to prom. And this and that. And Desi boys don't know how to do none of that shit.
Desi boys are fucking fucktards.
They don't know. They don't have game.
They have no game.
So, we're conflicted.
Not even basketball. They're short. They don't know how to play basketball.
Right? So, like, I think it was really hard for us to find, like, guys that would be accepted in the family, but still did all those things that we craved seeing.
No, yeah.
And if they did do it, they usually weren't Indian.
Yeah. No.
And so you couldn't bring them home.
Right. Like, I straddled both worlds. So during the week, because I didn't go to school where all of, like, the Indians in my community went to school. So a majority of the Indians in my community, they all lived in this one building. Because it was cheap rent, all that stuff. And so they ended up going to similar school, obviously the same elementary, middle. And I really wasn't in front of my Indian peers in a school setting until high school. So my elementary and middle school, I was surrounded by everything but Indian people because of where we lived, right? And then on the weekends, I would then get inundated with Desi culture because we would have dinner at this uncle's house or dinner at that auntie's house or whatever, or baby showers or whatever, right? Or, going to New Jersey all the time for, like, whatever fucking parties my dad's friends were having. But that's the only time I was inundated with the Indian culture, is on the weekends. So having to straddle both worlds, I was like, the same as you. I was like, first of all, these Indian boys stink, okay? They don't know anything about deodorant because nobody told them about deodorant. And second of all, they're only talking to the skinny mini girls. They're not talking to the girls that are a little bit bigger. And so I was like, all right, I guess I'm not pretty. And so what am I going to do? You know, like, you end up...
Oh, I remember having those same thoughts.
Yeah, but
we
because
weren't
of
the
that,
chosen ones.
we weren't the chosen ones. And it is what it is now, right? But I don't even know how we got here. How do we get into this topic?
Assimilation.
Yeah.
Mindy Kaling.
We were talking about piercings, how some of them are acceptable and some aren't, which is so weird to me.
Yeah.
And like, the differences in how we were raised, but still some similarities.
A lot of similarities.
Yeah.
I just had a really strict upbringing.
Yeah, you did. I didn't.
It was kind of hardcore.
I was doing a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have been doing, just because, and the only reason I got away with it is because A, I'm smarter than my younger brother. That's why he didn't get away with it. And B, I got good grades, so my parents were like, whatever, you're doing what we told you to do. And I was like, I tell my roommates the same thing. And like, dude, if you're doing your homework and if you're getting good grades and you're doing everything that we expect from you as a child, I don't care if you're going to go hang out. But when I tell you that you need to come home at a certain time, you need to get your fucking ass home, okay? Because I will Life 360 you and I will show up behind the Accord and be waiting for you in the van. That's what I'll do.
Oh my God. You want to know what my daughter did last week?
What?
So I think I got fooled. Because she has to do, I don't know if you guys had like iReady where like they have to do.
I did. Yeah, they had
they have like testing and stuff, but then
Yeah.
you also get like a lot of assignments and stuff on there. So she's supposed to do like 15 to 20 minutes per day of either reading or math. And so last week, she told me that they have a testing going on in her class, so it's not going to be available for her to do it at home. Which I bought, but usually we would get an email.
She played you.
She played me, right?
Your
And so,
second grader played you.
no, so she did it on Monday, I think, and then on Tuesday she was like, "No, I have this testing, so it's not going to work." And so I was like, "Okay, that's fine, but you have to do all this, and then if you're not going to do that, we got to still read some pages from your book.
Yeah.
Like you got to do something. Make sure you get your time in." So she was okay with that, and then this week she tried to do it again.
Nah.
And I was just like, well, if you had such a long test, I would have received an email from your teacher, and I have not received an email.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do this. Why don't you just turn on your computer and let's see if it's working. If it's not working, then okay, cool. We'll find something else to do. And she's like, well, actually.
Well,
and she fessed up.
I hate it when they start it with, well, actually.
I was like, okay, so we're not going to lie about it. Just get it done. It's 15 minutes. It's not going to be that long.
Yeah, no.
And then it was like can I just do it later after this? And I'm like, no, let's just get it done.
Yeah. You lied for 2 weeks, so let's just get it done now.
I got played last week.
You gotta get better, girl.
I know. I'm so fluffy.
You're too fluffy.
I'm too tired.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No, it's not,
juggling
you're not fluffy.
everyone's different schedules. Like, I've got one that needs to figure out how to hold a pen. The other one that still can't shit in the toilet. And then another one that actually has, actual work to do.
Yeah.
And we need to, make sure she's learning.
And like you said at the top of the episode, you're just tired.
I am. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to give them the time as best as I can. Divvy it up.
I mean...
Whatever.
Hopefully the
They'll
sleep situation gets a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think it will. You have to have
We
faith.
just have to give it time. That's why I don't fight it. I'm kind of just like, however we're getting maximum hours.
Yeah, but can you just ask him to not put his foot in your butthole?
It wasn't in my butthole.
I mean, it was in the crevice.
It was just in shallow waters.
It's a shallow water.
He was just at the shoreline. Okay?
Okay.
It was gross, but we were not totally violated. Okay?
All right, I'll take your word for it, man.
It did not actually
Happen.
penetrate in
Okay,
any
that's
way.
good.
No,
That's
it was
good.
just shoreline.
Penetration.
Just shoreline.
Anyways, we're going to end with that. Thank you so much for listening and or watching. We hope that this episode helped you see other things that are PakeAsPuck. Leave any comments, questions, topic ideas down below. And don't forget to follow. Okay, bye.